Duraline brings you our Cable-In-Conduit product, Cable-Con. Cable-In-Conduit is a high-density polyethylene HDPE conduit system with factory-installed cables. Cable-In-Conduit, CIC, is used in a variety of applications as pathways for delivering power, broadband, and communications. Cable-Con is a versatile product that can be manufactured in many configurations. Conduit size, color, and stripe are all easily customizable. Single or multiple cables can be factory installed in CIC. Typical cable components of CIC are service drops, fiber, coaxial, lighting, and power utility cables. Duraline's experienced staff will find the wire or cable to suit your project's needs, or you may specify your own. Cable-In-Conduit has many advantages over both directly buried cable and PVC pipe and wire systems. Direct buried cable leaves your cable vulnerable to installation abuse and ground hazards, leading to increased failure rates. PVC pipe and wire requires a 3-step installation process: one to assemble the PVC, one to install the pull rope, and the last to pull the wire. More frequent manholes and splices are required for the shorter pulls. Using Cable-In-Conduit, Cable-Con, the advantages are simple. Cables of your choice are factory pre-installed in the high-density polyethylene conduit. HDPE conduit is flexible and lightweight for easy installations. CIC is delivered in a continuous length on a reel. It is a one-step installation of both the cable and the conduit. Cables are factory installed, resulting in a damage-free environment from delivery throughout the placement process. The conduit is in place for future upgrades or repairs without incurring additional construction costs. Faster installations with fewer required crew members saves both time and money. Cable-In-Conduit can be installed and buried in underground environments. Typical placement methods are conventional trench, backhoe trench, directional boring, or vibratory plowing. Please be aware of and follow all safety precautions required for these types of construction methods. There are a few tools that make installing Cable-In-Conduit more efficient and easier. A rotary duct cutting tool, available to cut different diameters. A ratchet cutting tool. A longitudinal duct slitter slits the HDPE safely away from the cables and helps in securing the cables prior to cutting. An expandable pulling eye, size-specific. A 5,000-pound pulling swivel attaches to the pulling eye. A snatch block. And 6,000-pound bowline pull tape. Cable-Con placement practices. When setting up the reel of Cable-In-Conduit, load the reel so it pays out from the bottom of the reel. To prepare the Cable-In-Conduit, remove the seal at the end of the duct, cut the tape attached to the cable or cables in the conduit, allowing them to move freely within the conduit. A note to installers: all reels of Cable-In-Conduit have more conduit than cable on the reel. As the CIC is installed, the cable will draw back approximately 1.5% into the conduit at the payout end. For example, on 500 feet of CIC, the cable will draw back roughly 7.5 feet from the payout end of the conduit. Let's look at a few different Cable-In-Conduit placement options. Conventional trencher installation. Place the reel trailer at the most suitable location for payout. The center of the reel should be aligned with the digger arm of the trench. Attach the expandable pulling eye with a swivel to the payout end of the CIC, on the conduit, not the cable. Position the trencher along the predetermined path. Attach a length of the bowline pull tape from the swivel to a secure location on the trencher. Begin trenching. As the trench is cut at the appropriate depth, the CIC will pull off the reel directly into the trench. Once the trench is complete, raise the trenching arm and move forward, pulling an extra length of the Cable-In-Conduit for termination. This was a box-to-box residential installation 302 feet long. There were 2 vertical 90-degree bends and 1 horizontal 90-degree bend. The Cable-Con was 2-inch Schedule 40, which delivers 2,500 feet on a 96-inch reel. The cable was 1/aught 25 kilovolt 260 mil EPR, jacketed with a full neutral. After the Cable-In-Conduit was installed in the trench, we were able to hand push the cable through all 302 feet. It required a 2-person crew for installation. Backhoe trench installation, no obstructions. When determining the route of the trench, plan for the best location to place the dirt, allowing a path for the backhoe to run parallel to the trench to pull the CIC. Backhoe the trench with minimum number of 90-degree bends. Once the trench is complete, inspect the trench, leveling all high spots and fill in any low areas. If any 90-degree bends are necessary, undercut the bends by rounding them with a shovel into 2 45-degree bends. Once the trench is prepped, position the reel trailer at the payout end of the trench. Set the backhoe parallel to the trench and lower the bucket directly above the trench. Attach the pulling eye and swivel to the payout end of the conduit. Attach the bowline pull tape to the swivel and secure the opposite end to the bucket of the backhoe. The backhoe operator will drive parallel to the trench, pulling the cable and conduit directly into the trench. The backhoe will be able to pull the CIC around all bends in the trench. Once the cable and conduit is placed in the trench, the backhoe operator can overpull some extra length for termination. At the reel end, hand pull the required length for termination. If lateral obstructions are present in trench installation, review the trench route, locating and marking all lateral obstructions. Plan for the best location of the dirt that's removed from the trench to allow for easiest passage of the backhoe. As the backhoe is digging the trench, hand dig the areas around the lateral obstructions. Once the trench is complete, inspect the trench. Leveling where required and undercut the 90-degree bends. After the trench is prepared, install a 6,000-pound bowline pull tape throughout the route, under all lateral obstructions and around all bends within the trench. Use a fixed object at the end of the trench as an anchor. The anchor can be a vehicle, tree, or pole. We are utilizing the backhoe. At the anchor point, attach a snatch block with a chain. Then thread the bowline pull tape through the pulley in the snatch block. Align the reel trailer with the center of the trench and attach the pull eye and swivel to the payout end of the duct. Attach the bowline pull tape to the swivel. At the opposite end of the trench, attach the other end of the pull tape through the snatch block pulley to the moving vehicle, in our case the trencher. Have the operator drive away from the anchor point. As the pull tape moves through the ditch, the CIC will follow the tape under all obstructions and negotiate all bends within the trench. Remember to pay off additional footage for termination at both ends. Utilizing a snatch block is a good solution when there are limited right-of-way issues. Transitioning cable and conduit to a secondary meter base is a simple process. Here are two popular methods. First, sleeve the CIC directly into the 3-inch pipe exiting the meter base. The excess conduit can be cut, exposing enough cable to feed into the meter base for termination. Alternately, use a 2-inch pipe with a sweep from the meter base. It's easy to transition from the HDPE cable and conduit to the sweep with a 2-inch Sherlock coupler. As you've seen, Cable-Con cable and conduit provides a one-step placement and a damage-free environment for your cable. The one-step placement of cable and conduit saves you both time and money. Learn more about Cable-Con cable and conduit for your installations today. Contact your Duraline representative.